The countdown begins, an epic journey through the cosmos and beyond, where only the mightiest beings, forged in battle, shaped by their will and tested by time, rise above all others. These are the legends, the titans of strength, the ones who shape the fabric of reality itself. Today, we delve into the power that echoes through the multiverse as we reveal the top 10 strongest comic book characters. Let the countdown begin. In the beginning, there was Bruce Banner, a man of intellect, a brilliant scientist who, through a fateful experiment, was forever transformed into a creature of pure fury. The gamma bomb explosion that altered the course of his life did not just scar his body. It birthed a force of nature that could level mountains with a single punch. The Hulk is a being driven by rage, an anger that only fuels his power. With each burst of fury, his strength multiplies, and there seems to be no upper limit. At first, his rage was simple, a weapon of destruction unleashed by the smallest provocation. But with time, the Hulk became more than a mindless brute. He became a force of nature, capable of tearing through cosmic entities and even holding his own against gods. From his earliest battles to the legendary clash with Thor in the Century, the Hulk has been an unstoppable juggernaut. His durability is unrivaled, and his healing factor regenerates him from even the most grievous injuries. The Hulk's very essence embodies the power of raw emotion, and when the anger peaks, he becomes a being of unimaginable strength, a power that can break the very fabric of reality. Far across the stars, on a doomed planet known as Krypton, a child was born to Jor-El and Lara. This child, Kal-El, was destined to become more than just the last survivor of a dying world. Sent to Earth in the hopes of preserving his legacy, Kal-El was raised as Clark Kent, growing up under the nurturing sun of this new world. And with the sun came powers beyond human comprehension. Superman became a symbol of hope, the protector of Earth, a beacon of justice and strength. From the ability to fly at light speeds to lifting entire planets, his feats were nothing short of miraculous. His strength was near limitless, rivaling only the most powerful of beings. With heat vision that could melt steel and a speed that could outpace even the fastest forces of nature, Superman stood as the mightiest hero the world had ever known. Yet, despite his immense strength, his true power lay not in his muscles, but in his heart. Superman's moral compass, his unwavering commitment to truth and justice, set him apart from the gods and monsters he often battled. Through endless wars, from his conflicts with Darkseid to his iconic battle with Doomsday, Superman proved that the greatest power was not in being the strongest, but in standing up for what's right. In the vast reaches of Asgard, where gods walk and legends are born, Odin reigned supreme as the All-Father. The king of the Asgardians was more than just a ruler. He was the embodiment of wisdom, strength, and cosmic might. The Odin Force, a mysterious and infinite source of power, coursed through his veins, allowing him to manipulate the very forces of nature. Odin's feats were legendary. He had fought wars against ancient gods, created powerful artifacts like Mjolnir, Thor's enchanted hammer, and cast entire armies into the depths of the cosmos. His wisdom was unparalleled, and his strength was boundless. The Odin Force allowed him to control the elements, warp reality, and bend time itself. He was a god among gods, a king who commanded not just respect, but the very forces that held the universe together. Odin's legacy is one of sacrifice and power. His final battle, where he stood against the forces of Ragnarok to protect his people, proved that even the greatest of gods must face their end. But Odin's spirit lived on, his power woven into the very fabric of Asgard, leaving behind a legacy that would echo throughout the realms. Darkseid, the Lord of Apocalypse, was a being born from the fires of tyranny and domination. As one of the new gods, he sought not just power but control over all living beings. His ultimate goal was to obtain the anti-life equation, a formula that could strip away free will and reduce the universe to an obedient, lifeless servant. With nearly infinite strength and invulnerability, Darkseid was a titan among gods. His Omega beams, powerful blasts of energy that could erase beings from existence or render them helpless, were his signature weapons. But it was his intellect and strategic mind that made him truly terrifying. Darkseid was not just a god of brute force. He was a god of plans and schemes, always several steps ahead of his enemies. Throughout his reign, Darkseid clashed with the Justice League, the New Gods, and even other cosmic entities. His power and ambition were limitless, and his relentless pursuit of the anti-life equation made him one of the most dangerous beings to ever walk the multiverse. Yet, despite his immense power, Darkseid's obsession with control was his downfall. He sought to bend the universe to his will, but in the end, it was his own arrogance that would prove his undoing. The Phoenix Force was not a being that could be understood or contained. It was an ancient cosmic entity that transcended time and space, embodying the forces of both creation and destruction. It was a force of nature, a living, breathing entity that sought out a host to channel its power. When it bonded with Jean Grey, it became one of the most powerful beings in existence. The Phoenix's power was nothing short of godlike. It could create and destroy entire star systems with a thought. It was capable of resurrecting the dead, manipulating time, and even altering the fundamental laws of the universe. The Phoenix Force was a force of rebirth, but it was also a force of total annihilation. It represented both life and death, creation and destruction, all within the blink of an eye. Jean Grey, when bonded with the Phoenix, became a being of immeasurable power. She could defeat cosmic entities like Galactus and battle the Celestials with ease. Yet the Phoenix Force was not without its dangers. It was uncontrollable, and when it lost its connection with Jean, it wreaked havoc across the universe. Still, the Phoenix Force stands as one of the most powerful and dangerous entities to ever walk the Marvel Universe. John Osterman was once a man, a brilliant physicist who, after a tragic accident in a nuclear testing facility, was transformed into something far beyond human. Dr. Manhattan could see time as if it were a fluid stream, not bound by linear progression. He could manipulate matter on the atomic level, creating and destroying at will. To him, the universe was not a mystery. It was a puzzle, and he was the ultimate solver. Dr. Manhattan's power was so vast that it seemed there was nothing he could not do. He could disintegrate beings with a thought, manipulate atoms to create anything he desired, and even see into the future. His control over time made him a being out of sync with the world, a godlike entity who perceived existence as a whole. His presence was so overwhelming that the very fabric of reality bent to his will. Despite his near-omniscient power, Dr. Manhattan was detached from humanity. He viewed human life as fleeting, and his disconnection from the people around him often made him seem like a cold, uncaring deity. But in the end, it was his own struggle with his place in the universe that defined him, and his decision to alter the course of history showed that even gods must contend with their own limits. Far from a simple villain, Thanos of Titan was a being consumed by obsession. His ultimate goal was not just power, but balance. A balance only he could see, a balance that would come at a horrific cost. Thanos' pursuit of the Infinity Stones, a collection of 6 cosmic artifacts that grant godlike power, would bring him closer to his ambition of wiping out half of all life in the universe. Thanos' raw strength and intellect are often overshadowed by his vast cosmic power. His physicality alone could rival the strongest heroes and gods, from the Avengers to the Hulk, and his strategic genius made him a formidable foe. Yet, it was his unyielding will that set him apart. Whether he was wielding the Infinity Gauntlet or fighting alongside other villains to take on the heroes of Earth, Thanos' ambition was unmatched. The Mad Titans battle with the Avengers, culminating in his successful collection of all the Infinity Stones, solidified his place as one of the most powerful beings in the Marvel Universe. With a snap of his fingers, he erased half of all life in existence, proving that his power was not just physical, but beyond comprehension, limitless in scope. But even in victory, Thanos was haunted by his own endless quest for meaning, showing that sometimes the strongest beings are the ones who carry the greatest burdens. Within the realms of the DC Universe, Few beings are as terrifying and as powerful as the Spectre. The Spectre was not born of flesh, nor was he a being of natural origin. He was the embodiment of God's wrath, a supernatural force of vengeance and justice. When someone dies unjustly, the Spectre is the one who ensures retribution is swift and severe. The Spectre's strength is not just physical, it is cosmic and metaphysical. He can manipulate reality itself, alter time and space, and deliver judgment on the most heinous of sinners. The Spectre's mere presence can drive mortals to madness, for he is a being of divine wrath, and when he descends upon the universe, nothing is spared. No villain or god is safe when the Spectre comes seeking judgment. However, his power is tempered by the limits of his human host, a being named Jim Corrigan. While Corrigan serves as the Spectre's human vessel, it is his will that often determines the boundaries of the Spectre's actions. Nevertheless, when the Spectre unleashes his true power, he becomes an unstoppable force, one that can challenge even the gods themselves. From battles with cosmic entities to his divine judgment of the wicked, the Spectre remains one of the most fearsome beings in the DC universe. Among the most powerful beings in all of creation, the Endless are 7 primordial entities, each representing an essential force of the universe. While the Endless are vast and incomprehensible in their power, it is Dream, also known as Morpheus, who stands as one of the most significant figures in the multiverse. Dream is the ruler of the dreaming, the place where all dreams reside. He is the embodiment of the collective subconscious, a being whose very presence shapes the worlds of sleep and fantasy. The Endless possess power beyond the mortal comprehension. Dream, as one of them, can bend reality, manipulate time, and alter the laws of nature at will. To go against Dream is to challenge the very essence of existence itself. Though Dream's powers are nearly limitless, they are also bound by his own rules and personal morality. As a being who cannot truly die, Dream's power comes not from rage or destruction, but from a quiet, contemplative control over the fabric of dreams and the subconscious. Yet, despite his reserved nature, Dream has clashed with other beings of immeasurable power, including gods, demons, and even his own family, proving that his strength lies not just in the dreams he weaves, but in his unyielding will. At the peak of cosmic power, there stands an entity so vast, so limitless, that no force, no being, no event can even hope to challenge its might. This is the one above all, the supreme and ultimate being of the Marvel Universe. The one above all is not just a god. It is the creator of all that exists, a being whose influence stretches beyond all realms and realities. It is the source of all creation and the ultimate authority in the multiverse. The one above all is often described as an unknowable entity, existing beyond the comprehension of mortal minds. In its form, it is often depicted as a light or presence, signifying its omniscience and omnipotence. It is the force that guides the cosmos, the writer of the stories, the force behind every action, and the guardian of balance in the universe. Its power transcends every being and every force in the multiverse. It can shape entire realities with a single thought, and no mortal or god is beyond its reach. The one above all created the cosmic entities, the universes, and even the very concept of existence itself. It is beyond time, space, and death, existing outside of the boundaries of reality as we know it. It is the final word, the origin, and the end. No being, no force can contest its supremacy. For all the heroes and villains who battle for supremacy, for every god, alien, and cosmic entity, the one above all remains the true pinnacle of power, the ultimate source of creation and destruction, and the being to which all others must bow. It is the creator of all, the force that is both everything and nothing, and in the end, it is the one above all who stands above all others, the ultimate power in the cosmos.